ladies and gentlemen, this is our first show of the season, the better half of 60 Minutes. Yeah, and I'm your host, Dan McKeever. And we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. We've got Tom Sullivan, the cable coordinator, who helped us arrange this show. And we've got the talented singing Julia North, who's the music teacher over at Park Junior High. And Andrew and I will be doing some stuff later on. It'll be pretty cool. And, well, let's see. Some local news. The Lampshader has moved. A very famous, in LaGrange, lampshade store. Those exciting lampshades will have to be seen about 10 or 12 more feet down the block, down that street. I know. And some more local news. I was in the Jewel the other day, and I was just buying, well, to be perfectly honest, some toiletries. And when I got into the checkout line to purchase my goods, the lady looked at me kind of funny and said, "Enjoy your toilet paper." And, yeah. So it was a long walk home, and I was thinking about that, and how exactly does one go about enjoying their toilet paper? I mean, do you play Monopoly with it, or checkers? Or I know. You make the toilet paper into little flying paper airplanes. Well, some more general news, the wider angle spectrum. We've got Dr. Kevorkian, the infamous inventor of the suicide machine, who, for those of you who don't know, it's a metallic injection that you inject into your blood system, and it kills you. It's a painless, quick suicide. Well, he's gotten so much heat from the press and the police and the media and just people in general that he's modified his crude invention to a nice, sweet-tasting fruit cocktail mix that you can find at your local grocery store. Well, like I said, we've got a great show lined up for you tonight, and we'll be back better after 60 minutes. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Calling any Sports Illustrated swimsuit model a 10 is no compliment. They're definitely 15s. Because when they're in the sun, each one uses a sunscreen of at least SPF 15, as recommended by the American Cancer Society, to help rub out skin cancer. So the next time you want to wear this number, remember this number.
Welcome back to the better half of 60 Minutes. I'm your host, Dan McKeever, and more as a bribe or an enticement, I'd like to have you all know that those women that you just saw in that wonderful cancer commercial will all be on the show next week. So watch next week. Yes, well, I'd like to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, a good friend of mine and the co-host of Better Half 60 Minutes, Andrew Lamar.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Thank
well,
you.
So how are you tonight, Andy?
Oh, fine, thanks. I can't believe the lampshade removed. I'm gonna have to walk another 10 feet to see those astounding lampshades.
I know, it's a shame. Well, what do you think of tonight's lineup?
Julia Norris. Wow.
Yeah, Julia, but what about Tom? You know, he is the cable coordinator for our show. Can I give him some credit?
Well, couldn't we have gotten someone a little bit better?
Yeah, I suppose. It is our first show, though, so we will have Tom and Julia on the show tonight.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew and I have a very special treat for you tonight. Very, very special. We're going to discuss the muscle configuration of that mysterious barnyard animal that we've come to know and love as
The
cow!
Yeah.
Yes, this is the cow, ladies and gentlemen, and we will display its muscles. Andrew?
Yes, okay. First, we start out with the ever-popular biceps.
Yes, and we've
Right
got
there.
the latissimus dorsi, the lats, right around here.
And the triceps in the back area.
And, of course, the gluteus maximus.
What's the pink thing?
Oh,
You immature brat. That's the udder.
you know, and cows aren't only good for serving up milk. In fact, the photograph here, was taken of a cow that I just ate the other night. But, they're good for many more than one thing.
Great hamburger.
Great hamburger. Also, their hide is they use their hide to make the hacky sack. So, you're kicking around cows is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Also, another very important muscle, the deltoid.
Well, that's about all we have on the cow, but we will take a commercial break and we'll be right back with Tom Sullivan, the cable coordinator of Channel 6.
All right.
In one of my recent films, all kinds of unexpected things happened to me. But the unexpected surprised me even more in real life. I learned that 1 in 10 of us suffers from a hearing loss, and of course I was one of them. For an actor, a hearing problem is like being bound and gagged, because the give and take of dialogue depends on good hearing. And I've also just learned that over 90% of hearing problems can be helped medically, surgically, or like me, with a hearing aid. So if you or someone you love suspects a hearing loss, arrange for a checkup. And don't let anything stand in your way. For hearing help information, call the Hearing Helpline toll-free at 800-EAR-WELL. That's 800-EARWELL. Earwell. Discover a world of better hearing.
Thank you. We're back here with Tom Sullivan, the cable coordinator for Channel 6. He directs the local cable stations in LaGrange Park, and Western Springs. He does work with Western.
Park and Riverside.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you have to get those two.
Okay. And he does work with the Video Kids from Western Springs and Nazareth and the Color TV crew and everything.
A lot of fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
all down here at the cable studio.
And the Video Kids won an award for a PSA.
Yeah, well, you guys are all part of video. Yeah,
Yeah.
they won an award on train safety. That was
Train
a group
safety?
from St.
Huh.
John's. They're a group that
Really?
we're very, very happy with. They've been doing a lot of work. Not to say we're not happy with the park
Yeah.
group. The park group is doing excellent work. But
Yeah.
that's one group that worked very hard to put together a short commercial about why not to go around lowered train gates.
And what was that wacky thing that happened?
Well, the wacky thing is I went down to accept the award with the gang,
Yes.
and I'm known for my somewhat, casual attire,
Yeah.
blue jeans,
Just-
gym shoes. But on this particular day, I wanted to dress up a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
So I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, went to my closet to put on one of the 2 suits that I have, and realized that I had loaned both of those suits to my cousin who was out from Ireland at a wedding, and I ended up
What a blooper!
ended up being my usual self.
Yeah.
That was a
Thank
crazy
you,
thing.
Yoel.
Well, the second part of the story was we went to get the tickets, and we went to the mailbox, and the tickets had been sent to the Park District. So I'm sitting there with the president of the village, chairman of the cable commission, all the video kids, and a good chunk of their parents. No tickets.
No tickets.
And I'm racing to a gas station
Yeah.
early in the morning to get enough money to
Yeah.
buy everybody's tickets.
Oh,
That's a funny story.
Yeah. What other bloopers have happened?
Bloopers. Well,
Yeah,
I guess
like
bloopers are part of the
funny
whole
things.
whole thing. I guess I would fun things. I think color TV is probably the thing that we really enjoy most.
Good
Jim
show.
Toth, and you guys watch that,
Yeah.
don't you?
Well, I don't have cable.
And I think a really good thing is the better half of 60 Minutes. I think
Yeah,
that's an
it's a great
exceptional thing. Yeah. But you guys are here. I don't think the people at home realize the amount of hours that you guys have put into designing this set and
Yes.
taking classes and putting up with me for how many weeks or months to bring this show on. So
I believe it was
You
since
guys-
April.
April of last year, now it's almost February.
Yes.
That's a long time. We did a lot of other things too.
Yeah. We did a lot of things.
Okay.
So yeah, what got you started in this business?
I started with in high school with the YMCA Youth and Government Program. Put on the Y in the News newscast for the state legislature. I stuck around as an adult advisor after that, and I've been doing something like Video Kids since I was a teenager. I started doing this as a teenager and been doing it ever since.
What do you enjoy most about working
I
in this
enjoy
environment?
watching kids come in and let's say without a clue, everybody has a clue, but with misconceptions, and they start off with a kind of a rough production, and then to see it like this one is right here, starting to do work that is rivals some of the networks and some of the attitudes.
NBC, watch out.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. That's what I enjoy.
Okay, well,
Seeing it completely in your control.
thanks.
Super Bowl my foot.
Thanks for coming in,
Well,
Tom.
thank you for having me.
We'll go to commercial. We'll be right back.
All right.
Tony Barnes' accomplishments as a naval aviator are making his hometown proud.
I think Tony had a pretty good idea early in his life that he wanted to make a career out of the military and wanted to make something for himself.
He likes to meet new challenges and to meet new people and to go places, so, he's right where he wants to be.
He knew he wanted to fly, and the Navy offered him that opportunity.
I can tell by the way, he talks and he wears his uniform and everything. He really enjoys the Navy.
Well, he's proud of himself, and that shows. He has a right to be proud of himself. Each time he come home, he was more of a man.
I think he's Navy through and through.
Tony is a great spokesman for America and for patriotism.
Whatever the people see in him, they see the Navy. And he exemplifies the best. Tony Barnes is just one of over 500,000 people who are protecting you, representing you, making your country proud. The United States Navy, it's your Navy.
Okay, hi, and welcome back to the better half of 60 Minutes. I'm your host, Dan McKeever, and with us tonight is our second guest, Miss Julia Norris.
Nice to be here.
And
Thank you. No, really.
Julia Norris is the music instructor over at Park Junior High School. She teaches 7th and 8th grade students at Park in music. And we have her on the show tonight, and how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling really good.
That's good. Glad to
Great,
hear it.
terrific. Okay,
Yeah.
really good.
Well, what made you decide to become like a music teacher?
Well, I was going to be an English teacher, but the undying passion for music just stuck with me. And no matter how many English classes I took, I still got better grades in my music classes. So I decided to go with the higher GPA, and so I just kind of switched.
Yeah, that's good.
And I ended up, yes, my junior year decided to do that.
you're new here. She's a rookie, ladies and gentlemen. And
Brand.
was it hard like coming to a brand new school?
Well, I graduated halfway through last year, so I worked first in Chicago Public Schools, so it was pretty much an incredibly wonderful step up where I got my own room, my own office, wonderful human beings, wasn't in the city anymore, and I was so excited about it. It was a wonderful switch.
Cool, okay. And,
Yeah.
and let's see, do you have any outside interests, like outside of Park's music department?
I do some singing downtown actually, and mostly in the summer, some in the winter time. Right now, I'm involved with the chorus at the University of Chicago, and I, read and cook, and I'd like to take some massage classes, but I haven't started them yet.
Okay, yeah, and well, how do you feel? She's, ladies and gentlemen, is working on the Park production of the play Annie, the musical.
April 24th and 25th.
Oh, tomorrow.
And she's helping out with all the vocals. And how's that going?
It's a lot of fun. I like working with just the music part of it and not have to worry about the other stuff. I can really concentrate on the incredible musicians and actors we have at our school. I was very impressed with the tryouts, and everybody should definitely come to see it. We have an incredible rooster. We have some incredible warbuxes. We just have some incredible people involved with this whole thing.
All right.
Definitely worth coming to see.
Good answer. What music groups do you listen to? Do you like this?
I like a variety. I'm sort of an eclectic. On the way to school, I switch every 5 minutes to another station, but I like everything from Carole King to They Might Be Giants to Zeppelin to a little of this, a little of that,
Some Zeppelin fans.
A variety. A variety.
That's very, very impressive. And so, do you have any dreams or goals, ambitions, perhaps, in the field of music that you'd like to pursue?
Yes, I have lots of dreams and goals. I'd like to be the top mezzo with the Metropolitan Opera, which is a really nice, highly set goal. And if I can't do that, I'd like to get... I get paid to sing, so that's nice. I'd like to get paid more to sing. That's a goal I have. Get paid more to sing in a group. And I'd like to be the top junior high music educator, like Mr. Granger is the top industrial technologist, and I think that's the top. Well, I'm serious. I think, and I really definitely think that's a good kind of goal to have for being a music educator. With an incredible swing choir of like 300 kids that all move together and sing 3-part harmony and can learn it in a day. That's my goal. For Park. Park, no problem. Give me 2 years.
How do you feel like following an act? Like Mr. Lanning was the old music teacher, and he was pretty good. He was there for a long time.
The biggest, Oh, I'm sorry.
He just retired. Oh, sorry. He just retired, and so how do you feel about following him?
Following an act like that? Well, basically, it was nice to come in with some sort of he had a plan laid out, and it was nice to check out what he did. I heard he had an incredible guitar unit, so I was kind of worried about the guitar unit because I only knew 3 chords on the guitar, and he could just pick up a guitar and play anything. So I learned 3 more guitar chords, and now I know 6, and I'm having no problem now with the guitar unit, which is a lot of fun. And otherwise, I think we had different strengths and different interests, so I wasn't too worried about it, but it was nice to call him and get some advice from him on how he went about doing things in the music room, disciplining, etc.
And one last question for you. What made you choose 7th and 8th graders as opposed to 3rd graders or 4th graders?
I felt I had a calling to the junior high age because I hated junior high so much, and I thought if I could be a teacher unlike my junior high teachers that could maybe make a positive, happy place to be in a junior high setting, that I would really have accomplished something great, and that's my goal.
Amazing.
One of them. I already talked about it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Julia Norris.
Yes.
And after this, we'll have the amazing Yoel and his sports corner.
Hello, this is Milt Wirtz in the lab. Research indicates that we Americans create garbage at an alarming rate. To alleviate disaster, I have come up with a solution. Worms, garbage-eating worms. This subspecies can go through a pound of garbage in no time, and I've got bigger ones out back.
There's an easier way to save the world. Recycle. For your free recycling action guide, write Recycle. Environmental Defense Fund, 257 Park Avenue South, New York, New York.
Hi, and welcome to Sports Corner. I'm Yoel Everett.
And I'm Dan Hooker.
And today we're going to be discussing HIV in sports. Dan, what do you think about HIV testing in the NBA?
Well, I think HIV testing is really needed because the players really need to know that they're safe on the court.
But, you know, I mean, the chances of getting the AIDS virus, you know, on the court are just so minute. I mean, you'd have to have direct contact, like blood on blood.
Still, the players really want and need to know that they have no chance of getting HIV while they're on the court. And that's why I think testing is really needed.
All right, well, obviously we can see what Dan's point of view on this subject is. What about the Olympics? Some of you might not know this, but Magic Johnson has recently sort of been discriminated against by the Australian Olympic basketball team's doctor. He's advised his players not to play because, you know, there's always that chance that they might get the AIDS from Magic Johnson. What do you think about that?
Well, I agree with the doctor, even though I'd like to see Magic play because, well, the doctor does have a point that they always do have a chance of getting AIDS, or the HIV virus in this case, and so they just want to be totally safe. Maybe they shouldn't play against Magic.
But, I mean, like I was saying before, the chances are so small, and plus, I mean, you know, a player like Magic, he would get so much money for the Olympics, so many people would, you know, want to go. He's such a popular player.
Well, I don't think the Olympics has something to do with money. I think it's just that Magic really wants to play, and I really want to see him personally. So I hope he does get to play, but I do agree with the doctor in saying that he should advise the players, and just as a safety precaution to all of them, that you do have a chance of getting AIDS. So they are.
That's true. I would never want to risk my life, you know, trying, you know, in getting the AIDS virus. But I would love to see Magic on the court.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of basketball.
Yeah, the Bulls are on a real tear this year. 39-7. That's pretty good.
That's real good. They're on their way to, you know, getting the best record in NBA history.
Yeah, I think they'll hit 70, but I don't know if they'll go 2 in a row because they seem to have trouble with some teams out west, such as the Spurs, the Rockets. As you can see, the Bulls just lost 2 in a row to them.
Yeah. Well, so you think they're going to win the title, though?
I think they have a chance. They'll get to the finals, most definitely, but there always is that chance that they'll lose.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are just so many good teams out in the West. You know, I mean, there's the Spurs, the Houston Oilers. Even though the Bulls beat the Lakers just a few days ago, you know, I mean, the Lakers beat them at home. I mean, I just think the Western Conference is so strong, and there's always those Celtics. You know, they can cause a problem at the end of the season. And don't count out the Pistons because they're
coming back.
They're coming back.
Yeah,
they're really good.
And also injury, but right now everything's working really well for the Bulls. Michaels may get another MVP. Scotty's playing all-star material. Horace is getting the rebounds.
I thought he should have made the all-star team.
Yeah, me too.
He deserved to. Really.
And
I mean, if not as a starter, because you know there's Barkley there, but at least as a backup, he's all-star material. He's just, what can I say?
Yeah, they got a bunch of good shooters. There's Craig Hodges. He's shooting really well this year. A bunch of three-pointers.
I think Bill Cartwright's gonna be on the ladder up again too, because you know his free throw percentage has been dropping down, but I don't know. I just have this gut feeling about Bill.
Yeah, his shooting percentage is going up.
Well, that's it for Sports Corner, and we'll see you next week. But don't turn that dial, because the better half of 60 Minutes will be right back after this brief message.
So long.
doesn't scare you. Just wait.
The doctor will see you now.
One night a year ago, Vanessa got high with some guy and forgot everything she learned about preventing AIDS. Now her life is the horror show. AIDS, another way drugs can kill.
Well, welcome back to the Better Half of 60 Minutes. Great show. It was our first show. Andrew, we finished our first show of the season.
Baby.
Good job.
Yeah.
And our two guests were wonderful.
Yeah.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more treat for you this evening, which Andrew will share with you. One thing to say, Andrew, kick it!